Hi Silicon Beach, I am here at General Assembly. I'm here with Michael Paul, and this is Tech Talk. Today there's going to be an amazing speaker, and this happens once a month. So what goes on here?
So as a chamber, we want to be a resource for our chamber members, and every single month we've got Tech Talk Tuesday, where we're just educating them on some of the latest and greatest that's happening in technology that they can also use for their business. So this month we've got Jordan, and he's going to be educating us in how to use Twitter, social media for your business. And I think there's going to be some business owners who are going to be very pleased. And every single month we've got a different thing on the docket, but this month, like I said, Jordan's going to be speaking and helping us out.
I'm going to cover the whole social media and kind of digital canvas. I think just focusing on Twitter won't apply for every business type, so we're kind of going to break down a little bit some of the basics and the foundation of how to kind of do business online, promote yourself, but kind of cover the whole range of activities you can do. The best and worst part about this industry is there's really not many rules or guidelines or licenses or even practices that stay the same, so there's a lot of misconception of kind of what different things are. That can be the hardest part about social media, but it's actually one of the most powerful features, is that it's a dynamic, living, organic thing, and your responsibility, your benefit, your success is not just based on what you're presenting, but it's how people are reacting to it, how they're feeling it, how they're digesting it, how they're sharing it. So you have to look at it differently than kind of how other businesses and other kind of markets work. First part was like how to reach customers online. I like to break it down into these three categories. There's owned media, which is based on your social page, your wiki, a directory you put something on. These are pages that, in a sense, you own, you have control over, you can edit kind of what the content is, what the image is, and what the message is. The next one is kind of paid media, which is, we've seen advertising, whether it's paid search, which is Google kind of AdWords or pop up on the side, display advertising, which can be banners and video ads before video, social ads, and so on. So those are, and even promotions, like you can, for Twitter, you can promote a tweet, or Facebook, you can like boost the post. So you can pay for these kind of higher media spots. And the last one is earned media. And earned media is where social plays a lot in, is that has to do with news, blogs, other social sites taking your information and posting it on their own will. You're not paying them because that's product placement, that's in the spend media category. But someone, just because they like your product, they like who you are, they're in the similar demographic, they will post your information on their site, and then now you're getting business and communication through that as well. That includes anything that's viral, like Reddit and YouTube and all these other kind of channels we hear. So those are kind of those three main areas of how to reach a customer online today. If you have a personal Twitter account, it shouldn't be what you're using for your business, unless the exception rule is if you're the brand. If you're some type of celebrity, or you're a spokesperson, or you're the brand, then it makes sense for that to be your name. But if you're a company, it should be the company. And you got to think about it differently. So how you would talk to your friends, or what you would post to your friends, is a lot different than what you would post for your business. So what you're trying to do is find people that like you or that like your product. So you have to kind of continually use that messaging and use those words and imagery and topics and deployment. You're not going to get it instantly, but it's over time. You're building this kind of library and archive, basically, that kind of content. It takes a lot of time, a lot of money to do it by yourself, and you kind of have to take that path. But the biggest way to kind of shortcut it is associate yourself with other brands that have higher brand value. You see it happen all the time, that there's a large brand that they do something, a social promotion, or just a comment, or they're sharing a hashtag for something, that they have similar interests, but one's a really big company and one's kind of this up-and-coming niche company. It's beneficial for both. It's definitely beneficial for you as a small guy, because your brand value has instantly gone up, that you're associated with this other brand, so they're almost passing that to you. But it's actually beneficial for them too, so don't underestimate your opportunity, because there is a market socially that people want you to be on trend, niche-based, have the insight, not always be the big corporate kind of, no identity. They like these kind of small niche people, especially in markets like LA and New York and San Francisco, some of these urban environments. So it benefits their brand to be like, look, we know what's going on. You can even see this in other industries like music and everything. You see people do collabs with people that are not on the same level. It allows them to branch out. So that's a big way to build your story too. It's not just my story, but here's other people like me that our stories are similar. Again, products are similar, demographics are similar, consumers are similar. You have to kind of get your brand messaging, you have to get the content, you have to figure out your social angle, you got to get past those steps first. But when you get into that area of producing content, you need to look at, and all the social sites are pretty good that they have this, but you can use Google Analytics and other kind of services, but you need to look at the data and see what actually is performing. Are people liking or sharing more content that has to do with LA, or that has to do with, you know, new graphic software for us, for example? Like, you have to see what is getting more feedback, and then tweak everything around and kind of keep going. So, you know, some of that can be technical, and I know for some people that's kind of sometimes daunting, but if you step back from it and say, it's something I'm going to learn over time, it's not, you're not having to code, you're not having to learn math or anything. It's just looking at numbers and analyzing. And really, if we're talking about growing a business, I hope you have some insight on looking at numbers, because that's going to be something you always have to look at. So again, you know, you want to have some type of ability to have reporting on kind of what you're doing. And like I said, there are some ways to, you can look at them individually, and there are some more advanced ways to kind of bring them together.